Good morning. Welcome to your Saturday morning, early morning intuitive guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum, here with some words of wisdom to get your day rolling in a good direction. And we have a light dusting of snow. This is the first snow we've seen in quite some time. Don't think it's going to hang around long because we're supposed to get up to 33 today. But if the sun is out, I think that'll kind of take care of it. But I woke up and it was kind of bright in here, and I thought, that's interesting. So I guess it's going to be a bright day. So let's start with our breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Good morning, Carolyn. You are the first one here today. Welcome, welcome. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Followed closely by Lucy. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Good morning, Ruth Ann. Good morning, Cindy. Everybody's starting to roll in. The tribe of practical rebels popping on for their daily dose of insight. So, and today we get insight from Tosha. So, I was thinking, I've been waiting for it to be a Tuesday when we had Tosha, and I could call it Tosha Tuesday. I just thought that'd be fun. But so far, here we are, Saturday. Tosha Saturday doesn't quite have the same oomph as Tosha Tuesday, but we'll cope. So just breathing deeply and easily, filling up your lungs, taking in this day, spinning your heart open to receive this message. Good morning, Diane. Welcome, welcome. Glad everybody's here. We have 6 of you already popped on. This is good. This is good. The practical rebels are convening. Snow there today also, here too. Silver Saturday. Yes. Yes, yes. And again, it lightened things up. So even though it's still not dawn, it was much brighter than it has been with the beige. Everything was beige. So we have Outrageous Openness by Tosha Silver, letting the divine take the lead. And this one is actually about forgiveness. So let me grab a drink here. When the heat runs pretty incessantly, I get dried out. So our chapter, for those of you who have the book and want to follow along, starts on page 37, Tosha Tuesday. I like that. Well, one of these days we'll get a hit. It'll work. The chapter is entitled, When Shysters Strike. My dad used to like that word, shyster. He's such a shyster. Good morning, Joe Neal. Welcome, welcome. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. So, as I've said before, we always know when it's going to be a really good chapter because there's 2 quotes at the beginning of the chapter instead of just 1. So this is a 2-quote chapter. When Shysters Strike. First quote is by Kelly Clark. By age 7, I had figured out that if I did just the opposite of what everyone told me, things worked out quite well. Good morning, Mathilde. Glad you are here. Welcome. That was pretty brilliant for a 7-year-old. So, and the other one is by Catherine Ponder. And if you haven't checked out Catherine Ponder's stuff, it's about abundance. We are on page 37, Cindy. Page 37, at least in my book. I know some of you have books that are numbered slightly differently, but the chapter's called When Shysters Strike. So the Catherine Ponder quote is, "Forgiveness is the magnet which draws your endless good. It wipes clean the slate of the past to let you receive in the present." How awesome is that? Good morning, good morning. Glad you're all here. Forgiveness is the magnet which draws your endless good. It wipes clean the slate of the past to let you receive in the present. Catherine Ponder. Wise woman, ahead of her time. All right, so here's the chapter. Again, let's spin open our ears. Hear what we're meant to hear here, because most of us are carrying something forward in the lines of a resentment or a disgruntlement with someone that costs us. Doesn't necessarily cost them, but costs us. So here's her story on that. A guy named Tony got involved with my friend Jane. He was what my Polish Jewish grandmother would have called a smooth shyster. Someone who could manipulate almost anyone. He worked the rounds of Jane's pals, getting each of us to invest $5,000, good morning, Amy, welcome, in his glitzy marketing plan. And though he set off as many red flags inside of me as an Indy racetrack, I watched in amazement as I forked over my cash just like everyone else. A memorable example of ignoring my gut. So she's getting all the warning bells saying, danger, danger, and she does it anyway. Sometimes we do that. But as we read the rest of the story, I think it may help make sense as to why she did that. There was a great lesson in here for her. A memorable example of me ignoring my gut, but he really was a pro. As time wore on, one concocted obstacle arose after another, all culminating in the Shysters vanishing with the money, leaving behind only a disconnected phone. We all had differing reactions. One guy sped off on his Harley for Sebastopol, rumored to be Tony's new home, vowing to find him and break both his friggin' legs. Someone else hired a sleuth. People spent weeks on the phone in victimized rage. But Tony had vaporized. As for me, while I was naive enough to be snookered, at least I knew what spiritual actions to take. I wanted my peace of mind back more than anything. So I prayed, let me release my karma with Tony by forgiving him and myself. Free me from anger and resentment. You alone are my complete source for abundance. My finances are fully wrapped in divine order. I like that last line. My finances are fully wrapped in divine order. We don't need to fret. It's there. It's there. My friends thought I was a fool to forgive him, but over time, as I prayed repeatedly, it became easy to drop the whole mess. About 6 months later, when I had almost forgotten the whole debacle, someone called who claimed to be Tony's associate. He said he had something for me. We agreed to meet at a cafe in Emeryville, and I dragged along my scrappiest, most tattooed and pierced pal as a bodyguard. Good morning, Mel. Glad you are here. We're in the middle of a Tosha Silver story. But no need. Tony's sidekick was waiting calmly for me with a manila envelope filled with cash. He actually said, like someone who'd watched one too many episodes of The Sopranos, listen, honey, Tony scammed all over. I never saw him return nothing to no one. But he wanted you to have this, and believe me, he don't know why. To be honest, he's kind of rattled that he took from you. So here's the deal. If you make God your source for all financial, emotional, and spiritual abundance, you open yourself to unexpected, unlimited good. Each individual person, place, or thing is just the temporary, transitory form the divine uses to bring you what you need. So again, here's this not happy occurrence, losing $5,000 to some charlatan. Good morning, Robin. Glad you are here. Welcome. But yet, within that story is her learning that every person, place, or thing is just a temporary, transitory form the divine uses to bring you what you needed. So she needed that message of forgiveness, right? And when she did that, it changed. Here's the rest of the story. I am certain if I had stayed angry, Tony could never have returned the cash. Good morning, Cheryl. My resentment would have blocked the flow. There's why it's important that we're paying attention to our resentments and where we have not forgiven others and ourselves, okay? My resentment would have blocked the flow. Praying to forgive him opened the door. But it also let Divine Source replace the funds however it chose. If one supply dries up, there's always another. Good morning, Gwen. And I see this in a lot of different ways with people. So, for instance, there's someone I know right now who just lost her job and has been looking for a job because she hated the job she had, but they just DC'd her job. Rather than looking at, ooh, opportunity, new doors opening, how do I approach something different? She's caught in the loss, caught in the betrayal, caught in the this is never going to change, this is my lot in life kind of stuff. And she can't see the forest for the trees. So a beautiful new opportunity could be right here, and she's not going to see it because she has her shit color lenses on. Until she changes those to opportunity lenses, she's going to miss what's right in front of her. When she forgives her employer for letting her go, forgives herself for being in the place she's in, doors will open. We know this, right? We know this. Yes, praying instead of resentment. Thank you, Divine. Absolutely. Absolutely. And again, even if we can just eke out the thought, I wonder what I meant to learn from this. All manner of things change. All right? So, is this easy? No. Once you get it practiced up, it gets much easier. I wonder what I'm supposed to learn from this. I wonder what I'm supposed to learn from that. Ooh, there's a lesson in here. Can't figure out what it is, but I know there's a lesson in here. So for her, this particular lesson took 6 months. Took 6 months. In the long-range scheme of a lifetime, I think the average lifetime right now in our area, it's gone down. It's 77 years. But nonetheless, 6 months in a lifetime of 77 years, that's not bad turnaround in terms of getting your lesson, hey? And when we throw ourselves wholeheartedly into this forgiveness thing, maybe it shortens it up a bit. Maybe it's 3 months. Maybe it's a month. Maybe it's tomorrow. We don't know. But again, we are doing ourselves a service by forgiving. It sets us free. There's that old saw, I think it was a Carrie Fisher, something about you're drinking the poison and expecting them to die when you hold the grudge. That isn't how it works. That isn't how it works. Does that mean you are saying it was okay what happened? Absolutely not. But you can put that person, those events, into a context. What about this created this circumstance? So I'll give you another example. Someone else I know was shoved out of her job and forced into a job that she was not that excited about, and held resentment for the person who had shoved her out of her job in order to put one of her friends in that job. However, in the long run, if you hang on to that resentment, who does it chew up? You. If you're able to say, okay, this is what happens when someone is manipulative. This is what happens when people don't operate from their soul, when they go into ego and make choices from ego. This is the cost. This is what happens. The more you can then release that, I turn this over. And again, her words, I'm going to go back to that. Let me release my karma with Tony by forgiving him and myself. Free me from anger and resentment. You alone are my complete source for abundance. My finances are fully wrapped in divine order. So again, with the first person who's been let go from her job and is freaking out, what the suggestion I had given her was, rather than looking for other jobs with the same job title, because it's a very transient industry, write down what is your skill set. What are the skills that you have developed in these jobs over time? Well, I know how to use technology. I know how to connect with people. I know how to convey information in a way that people can take it in easily. Blah, blah, blah. Just look at your skill set, not at the title of the job, the skill set. Then go look for jobs that utilize that skill set. It opens up a whole array of jobs beyond just that little job title. You can use this kind of an approach for anything. Okay, Spirit, this door closed. I'm looking for the windows. I'm looking for the other doors. I'm looking for the slide that takes me where you want me to go. I'm available to you. Point my feet in the right direction. Let's go. I'm finding that with this project. When There's a certain kind of person we need, an architect, a builder, someone who does the financial stuff, blah, blah, blah. It pops up. Yes, absolutely. Much easier to see this in other people than in ourselves. But if we can just say, wait a minute, I'm one of the herd. If this philosophy works for the herd, it's going to work for me. I just need to figure out where I'm blocking my good and then do my work and open it up. Open it up. And again, if we go back to the secret and people having disgruntlement about, well, I did all that stuff and nothing happened. I disagree. If we went back and dissected what that person did in the realm of ask, believe, receive, first of all, I'm going to target that believe section because I'll guarantee you they've got some stinking thinking that got in the way, and or they had a specified way that they thought this thing ought to manifest, and other doors were opening, but they're not seeing them because they're only looking at, this is how this has to happen. I'll make something up. I need a brand new Subaru with this, and this feature in this color at this mileage, blah, blah, blah. And sitting right next is the Subaru they're meant to have, or the Toyota they're meant to have, or whatever. Follow your heart. What does it lead you to? I don't know why I'm going here, but I feel called to go here today. Go there. There's something there. And when we, again, open up our lenses, have the clear lenses to look for, okay, I'm drawn here. I wonder why I'm drawn here. What am I supposed to find here? Be that curious observer. See what comes to you. So, your mission, should you choose to accept it, is take something from your past where you have a resentment, where you're holding on to a grudge, where you haven't forgiven. And I want you to practice that forgiveness over and over. Okay, universe, take this disgruntlement from me. It's not serving me. It has cost me. I'm ready to let it go. Help me do this over and over and over. You could do a walking meditation with this. I forgive Joe. I forgive Joe. I forgive Joe. Whoever it is, okay? And just practice over and over and over. Steep yourself in it. Put it to a song. That's always useful. You know how jingles get stuck in your head? Take a jingle and put these words to it. I forgive whoever for what, okay? I like the one from this process that I use. It's a cord cutting ceremony. I use it with clients all the time. But the gist of it is, I release you and bless you on your path. I release you and bless you on your path. So you're basically cutting the cords. Done with this. Not holding myself hostage to this lack of forgiveness in me anymore. Done with it. All right? So that's your mission for your practice today. Have an awesome Saturday. We'll see you again tomorrow. Remember, you are capable of far more than you think you are, including setting yourself free with forgiveness. Bye-bye.